welcome back to my channel. We're making homemade Chick-fil A sandwiches today, guys. I'm back with another recipe, so let's get started, y'all. I got some chicken breasts, I've got some brioche buns, I've got some eggs, milk, apple cider vinegar, mayo, Mrs. Dash, I got some chipotles, pickles, onion powder, cayenne pepper, crushed red pepper, paprika, black pepper, accent seasoning, red hot seasoning, hot sauce, and I got my utensils that I'm going to be needing. We about to get it in real quick, y'all. Okay, y'all, the first thing that y'all want to do is clean your meat, and you also want to make a brine for your meat. So a lot of times people just put it in pickle juice. I'm actually going to be using apple cider vinegar and pickle juice. So I'm going to put in a little bit of apple cider vinegar, and then I'm going to top it off with a little bit of those hamburger pickles. I'm using the pickle juice that I had the pickles in. So we are going to let this sit in the refrigerator for about 30 to 45 minutes. You can let it sit overnight if you would like. And we're going to go ahead and get started on our Chipotle mayo. So these are all the ingredients that you're going to be needing. I went ahead and put in, I would probably say, less than half of the Chipotles. They're pretty spicy, so you really don't need a whole lot of them. So all I'm going to do is just put a little bit of them in my blender, and I'm going to start to try to pulverize them a little bit. I don't want them to get super mushy. I just want them to be a little bit post up. So I went ahead and added a little bit of water, pepper, my seasonings, and about a cup of mayo, you guys. And as you can see, my Chipotle mayo is starting to get to the consistency that I want it to be. However, I think I need at least one more cup of mayo. I have never made this before, so this was a learning experience for me. So don't judge me. So I added in one more cup of mayo, and this is the consistency that it gave me. And I got to thinking, child, maybe I need one more cup of mayo, okay? So I added in a total of 3 cups of mayo, and this is the consistency that I got, you guys. This is the consistency that I wanted it to be. I didn't want it to be real thin and kind of like water. I wanted it to be a little bit thick and have a little bit of texture. So that's perfect. That's exactly how I want it to be. So I'm going to go ahead and go in here with some canola oil, baby, because we're getting ready to fry these chicken breasts up. And y'all can also use chicken thighs if you guys want. I just used chicken breast because that's what I had in my fridge. So now we're going to go ahead and work on the wet batter, baby. I have 4 eggs that I'm going to crack in a mixing bowl. And this consists of 3 ingredients, you guys. The only thing I'm going to be adding is 4 eggs, 2 cups of hot sauce, and I'm going to finish it off with 2 cups of milk, okay? 4 eggs, 2 cups of hot sauce, 2 cups of milk. No seasonings, nothing. We're just going to go ahead and give this a whisk. And after we get done breading our chicken with flour, we're going to dip it in the egg mixture, and then we're going to dip it back in the flour. So I'm just giving this a nice whiskey. And look at that color. Now we're going to work on the dry batter. Now I am actually going to be making 6 pieces of chicken. So I'm doing 6 sandwiches. So I'm using probably a little bit more flour than the average person would use. And I also added another cup of flour. So I'm going to go in with that red hot seasoning. I'm going to go in with that accent seasoning. I got some black pepper because we got to have pepper. The pepper is what gives it the kick. We want this to be spicy, you guys. We're going to go ahead and go in with the Mrs. Dash garlic and herb because that is by far the best one. We got to have plenty of crushed red pepper. I want this to be spicy, but not too spicy. Okay, we're going to go in here with some onion powder, you guys. And I will have all the seasonings and measurements in the description box, you guys. Okay, smoked paprika. This is a must for color and for taste, okay? So we're going to throw a little bit of that in there, and then we're going to add in some red cayenne pepper. Perfect. And you guys see how red our dry batter is? It's the perfect color. That lets you know that this chicken breast sandwich is going to be phenomenal just based off the color of the batter. Okay, guys, so I went ahead and removed my chicken breast from the little brine that I had created. And I'm going to go ahead and put these down on paper towels. And like I said, I'm using 6 pieces of chicken breast. I'm going to make sandwiches for my whole family. So if I was making this for a smaller amount of people, I would probably use maybe 1 or 2 chicken breasts. If you're making this for yourself, 1 or 2 chicken breasts. So I'm going to go ahead and pat these down, you guys, with paper towel because we're trying to remove as much of that water as possible. And I'm finna get to work. I'm finna beat the heck out of these chicken breasts. Now, y'all, but for real, I'm trying to get them nice and tender so they're easier to fry. I didn't want to cut these in half because it kind of takes away the appearance and the point of eating a chicken sandwich. I mean, Chick-fil A has massive sandwiches. So I didn't want to flatten them out too much. I just wanted to kind of get them nice and even so they're easier to cook and easier to work with. And now, baby, we is ready to fry up these sandwiches. So the first thing is, you guys, we're going to go ahead and go in here in our flour. You want to make sure you get every nook and crook and cranny, honey, because this sandwich has to be delicious. You know, if we're going to put Chick-fil A style sandwich, it got to be good. So we have to make sure we dip it in the flour and then we dip it in the wet batter. Now we bringing it on back to the flour, baby. And we just want to coat this and cover this as much as possible. And I'm sorry I'm messy, honey, but as y'all know, when you in the kitchen cooking good food, honey, your hands is finna get messy. Okay, so that's about how I like it to be. And I am gonna go ahead and put that down in my pan. Ooh, baby, look at that crisping up so nicely. Look how red and orange it is because of the seasonings, honey, and that hot sauce. Jesus, that looks good. And this was my first time making a homemade chicken sandwich, y'all. I was very happy. So I went ahead and put some mayo on my brioche buns, and I got them in a cast iron skillet, kind of toasting up a little bit. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, 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 baby, yes. Okay, so I've got one done, and I am going to go ahead and finish up the rest of these. I have my oil on medium-high heat, you guys, because it is so easy to burn stuff, especially stuff like chicken breast. So I wanted to make sure that it was nice and golden brown, maybe with a hint of red, a hint of orange, because of the seasonings and the batter, honey. This sandwich was absolutely delicioso. Okay, so as you see, just repeating the process again, doing the chicken breast, doing the brioche buns, and this is how they look after they have been kind of toasted with a little bit of mayo. And these how my chicken breasts look when they're all done. If you guys do not want your chicken breast to be this big, you can definitely slice them in half. I love my sandwiches like this. I think they're delicious. And they look really good too for a picture. So you guys can do that however you want. But this is how them bad boys is looking. Them joints is looking mighty pretty. I must say so myself. Look at the breads already. So yeah, we are pretty much done here. If you guys wanted to put your chicken back in the oven and like toast it up a little bit, you could. I didn't. I just went ahead and got to it, baby. So we are going to spread down some of that delicious homemade mayo we made. This homemade Chipotle mayo can easily go up against places like Fridays, Applebee's, Chili's. This Chipotle mayo was absolutely delicious. I could not believe I made it. And I couldn't believe that all I used was ingredients that I had at home. So, yeah, we just finna spread that Chipotle mayo on there. You don't want to do too much on the bun because you don't want the bun to be soggy. So if you want more sauce on it, you can add more sauce on top of the chicken breast. So I'm going to go ahead. Look at me. I can't even talk. I'm going to add some of the hamburger dill pickles. I added about 4 of them. I'm going to put a juicy, crunchy piece of chicken breast, and it kind of do look like Chick-fil-A. It's kind of weird. So yeah, I just added some more Chipotle mayo right on top, and then I put my bun on top. And that is it. Look at them pickles. Look at that sauce. The Chipotle mayo, y'all, kind of remind me of Popeye's sauce that they put on theirs. So the chicken breast reminded me of Chick-fil A, and then the sauce was kind of Popeyes inspired, honey, but it was good. As you could see, we got Chipotle mayo, honey. The chicken is cooked to a perfect crisp. Look at those pickles. Look at that brioche bun, honey. I was so happy with this. I've never made a chicken sandwich like this. I've never even made a chicken sandwich, child. As you can see, I was very happy. I was proud. It was delicious. My children loved it. My man loved it. And I know y'all gonna love it too. So please, you guys, make sure you leave me a comment, like, subscribe, and make sure y'all stay tuned for my videos and hit that notification bell.